Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Eileen Smith, and I'm here today to talk to you about YouTube. And even more specifically, I want to talk to you about my favorite tool for growing your YouTube channel, and that's TubeBuddy. But before we get into TubeBuddy, I want to first state the case for why you should even care about YouTube. Like what's such a hot deal about YouTube? And first I want to say hello to some of my friends who are here, and that's Wayne. He's here. How are you, Wayne? Great to see you this morning. And also Shatane. Said Yam. Please forgive me for pronouncing it incorrectly, but I appreciate you so much. All right. So here's a couple of fun facts that you may not know about YouTube. Okay. And one of them is that 74% of adults in the US use YouTube. 74%. And I bet it's even hard for you to come up with people that don't use YouTube, like in your circle of friends and family. More than likely, if someone doesn't use YouTube, that's probably because they don't use the internet. But I mean, everybody from the smallest little babies, like my grandson, Joseph, all the way to the great grandmamas and grandpapas and everyone in between uses YouTube if they're on the internet. And and also blind guy, his wife, their life is here, and good day, good day. So here's another statistic that I want to share with you about YouTube. And by the way, this was taken from the YouTube blog, their press section. 73% of Americans that are aged 36 to 45 use YouTube. Here's this one should really blow you away. People watch more than 1 billion hours of video on YouTube every day. Oh my gosh, every day. And one of the reasons why I love YouTube so much is the power that it brings from being a search engine. Those of us who have been around and are on YouTube, we know that we hear it all the time. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It's Yeah, and that's incredible because that means, for one thing, it's only behind Google when it comes to search. So when people are trying to learn how to do something, when people want to be entertained, and good morning to my friend Sue Ann. How are you, dear? Thank you for coming. They want to learn how to bake a cake, cook a steak, fix a carburetor on their car, how to post on Facebook, you know, how to be more effective with their content, which is some of the things that I like to share. And a blind guy, his wife, their life says these are motivating facts to get onto YouTube. Yes. And there's a bunch other facts. Also, I will leave a link in the description of this video. There's also a blog post from Hootsuite that has facts that are specific to YouTube stats for marketing. So those of you who are actually using YouTube to market your business or your services, you will be interested to know these facts. But more than likely, you do not need to be convinced. So over the years, and I started YouTube in 2009. Tap in. Hey, Third Coast royalty. royalty. Thank you so much for joining. And you know what? I'm going to share with you a quick story because I know most of the folks that are here today live have never heard this story. And I want to let you know how I even got into this whole content creation thing. All right. Let's go way back. If you could go back in your eyes, I mean, in your mind, I'm closing my eyes to try to go back to 2009. The world was a little bit of a different place. Of course, the internet was up and active and all of that. And YouTube was up and active. But at the time, I wasn't as savvy with using the internet as I am today. Now, my daughter, who you guys hear me talk about, and she's the hero of the story, my daughter, Nicole Purvey from Better Than Success. At that time, she had graduated from college. She had already uh, had a few jobs here in Philadelphia because that's our hometown. But she decided that she wanted to move away and she moved to California, which she is there now. Again, she moved back recently, but she moved to California and oh my goodness, that's where her father lives. And so I was missing my daughter. So one day she said to me, Mom, I have a blog. And I thought, back in these days, in 2009, the only thing I knew was like Internet Movie Database, Ask Jeeves. That was really popular back in those days, And me and my one of my girlfriends, we used to always say who was in this movie and who was in that movie. So we used to go to Internet Movie Database. So I heard of blogs, but I wasn't really sure how they worked. But I know that I wanted to get more connected with my daughter, right? Who had, left home. So I said, oh my God, I got to go and sign up for her blog. So I thought that, I'm over here on WordPress.com signing up to make sure I get all of her updates. But guess what, y'all? Lo and behold, I was signing up for my own blog. And I was wondering why they were asking me so many questions. So that's the story of how I started online content. And when I started my blog, I was all over the place talking about all these different things. But as I was learning a little bit about social media, and for one that pops to mind is Twitter, and I said, oh, once I learned how to use Twitter and I learned about these little Twitter tools, I was like, I better write this on the blog so I don't forget. And so even on my blog, I was writing about all kinds of stuff, music and all this other stuff. Nobody cared about that. But when I would write these little tutorials, I would get major engagement and comments, and all that was a whole huge deal back. Remember, we're going back to 2009. So I found my sweet spot. And that's how I got into doing tutorials and just being in love with learning the technology, trying to keep up to date with all the changes that are going on, and also with sharing that with you guys. So that's the story of how it all started. And here is, oh my goodness, DC Scrapping Rooster says, it's been a while, but I'm back. Need this like right now. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And so as I started on my YouTube journey, I know in the beginning, YouTube was a bit different than what it is now. And, you know, some of the things that we would focus on, we tried to figure out, like, the old analytics that YouTube used to give us didn't really give us the great information that we needed. And so this wonderful man, Phil Starkovich, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. I apologize. I've been screwing up names today. Well, he founded TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy. He founded TubeBuddy. And as YouTube would change and grow, Also, TubeBuddy would change and grow and add all these different features. I was so thrilled when I found TubeBuddy because it was giving me insights to things that I didn't know that I could, you know, use to compare and build my channel. And so, what I want to do first, I'm going to share with you a video that I did talking about my love for TubeBuddy. And then when that video is done, and it's about 4 minutes, then I'm going to come back and show you some of the new features in TubeBuddy that were just getting off the ground when I made this video. But all these things that are in this video are still relevant. So I don't know about you, but sometimes just navigating the YouTube website and finding all the things that you need in order to run a successful channel can be a royal pain. Thank goodness, TubeBuddy to the rescue. They've given us a really cool navigation feature to help us get easy access to all the things that we need as content creators. Let me show you what I mean. When you're on the YouTube website, and it's basically anywhere on YouTube, you're going to see the little TubeBuddy menu, and it's going to help you navigate to so many different spots that you may have trouble finding, like your dashboard, the live streams, playlists, and so forth. But also to our TubeBuddy extension tools area, where you're going to have easy access to Keyword Explorer, SEO Studio, Video Topic Planner, Tag List, Best Times to Publish, other website tools like the Launchpad. That's another one of my favorites. So let's just head over to the Launchpad really quickly. I love this Launchpad because it gives me a quick way to know, was there something that I forgot to do? Is there an opportunity that I'm missing with my channel? And with each specific video, you can drill down into seeing, for example, social mentions. I love thanking people who have retweeted my videos on Twitter, because Twitter is one of my primary platforms for promotion. So I just love how these social mentions show up right inside of the Launchpad, and you can use it for each and every one of your videos. Okay, guys, I have just scratched the surface of all of the amazing tools that we have access to with TubeBuddy. So please let me know if there's any specific TubeBuddy questions that you have. You can leave it in a comment below. And before I go, I just want to give a shout out to Rob Balasabas from TubeBuddy. Thanks so much for all your help. And you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Stay beautiful. Oh, yay! I switched to the right thing this time. Woohoo! Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a walkthrough of TubeBuddy and the tools that are available. And I wanted to bring to your attention that TubeBuddy now is on sale. Hello, beautiful people.
And
It's your
nope.
girl, Miss. There you go. TubeBuddy is now on sale, and it's 25% off for Labor Day. So I put the link in the chat. So I'm going to uh, put that link in the chat again just to make sure. Oh, no, I'll put it up on screen because I'm going to make sure that you guys take advantage of this sale because of the 25% off. It's tubebuddy.com/Labor Day question mark A equal Eileen. Okay. And so I put the link there, but of course, also I will have it in the descriptions and all those wonderful places. So the next thing I want to share with you is something that I did not cover in that video. And so let me hopefully I can. Yep, I did it right this time. All right, one more thing I'm going to try to do right. And let's go over here to picture in picture. Hang on, hang on. I'm trying to. I don't want to move to the primary spot. I just want to have me. Okay, yeah. So you got me on screen. I think I finally figured out how to do this. Okay. So one of the latest tools that they've introduced is called Click Magnet. Click Magnet, and there's 4 segments. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I do it, let me go in here and make sure I say hello to everyone who's popped in. Robert Lewis, how you doing? Great to have you here with us today. And someone had earlier had asked about it being pre-recorded. Yes, I just played that little pre-recorded video there within this live stream. And Inspiration Connection TV says, I've been using TubeBuddy, but only the free version. So with this 25% off sale that ends Tuesday, but don't wait, you do it today, right? Um, the upgrade is also, of course, included in that because everybody can use the free version. But I want you to really think about, depending upon where you are in terms of your finances, you can either do a monthly or you can do an annual. And of course, if you do the annual, it's going to save you even more money. Okay. And you guys are over here saying hi to each other. This because Blind Guy, his wife, their life knows Inspiration Connection TV. And also, oh, this was the I'm sorry, the name, I can't see it. It's just a little too small for me, but they were asking about that being pre-recorded. So I added the pre-recorded segment in there. That way I didn't have to worry about covering all those tools that I already covered in that video that is already on YouTube. And I've come for TubeBuddy info, but now you've got looking up your HAPS TV page. Impressive. Is that where you're streaming from? Oh, I do. Yes, I do stream from HAPS. And I usually do a weekly stream from HAPS, and HAPS lets you stream from multiple locations. And thank you for the high five award, Robert. So one of the locations that I can stream to is YouTube, but I also can stream to Facebook and Twitch. And, I don't know what Twitter is doing with Periscope / Twitter, but I'm actually live on Twitter via Periscope, not via Twitter, but it's there on Twitter. And if you figure that maze out, let me know how it works. But, the fact that HAPS lets me connect there is awesome. So the only thing that HAPS doesn't have that I do have access to is LinkedIn. And LinkedIn doesn't let you use the RTMP. So that was a quick plug for HAPS. And I love the community here on HAPS. You see a lot of folks, and also these features where people can give you tips. So I just got the 50-cent high five award from Robert Lewis over on HAPS. Okay. So I've done a video on HAPS. You guys look that up. So, but today we're going to focus on TubeBuddy. So uh, let's talk about these new features that they have. In fact, I think it's better if I do come off screen and just have the full screen of the screen share. Okay. So there are 4 segments here: Power Rankings, Element Inspector, Opportunities, and Advanced Analytics. So I'm going to make it bigger, and just bear with me. If you are leaving comments, just bear with me a bit if I don't see it right away. Okay. First, I want to check and make sure you see everything. It looks like you do. All right. We're going to go into Power Rankings. And if you want to grow your channel faster, focus on making videos similar to the top ranking videos. So it's telling me to talk about Anchor, which was the last video that I did was about Anchor, and then also Instagram, and then Answer the Public. These are my popular videos. Another one here about Instagram, and then here's one about YouTube. Yay! And another one about YouTube. So I focus on technology and helping you guys know what button to push on all these different apps. So this, at least it shows me that my video and my channel is doing what I want it to do. Okay, so anything related to podcasting, live streaming, YouTube, social media, those are the things that I want you guys to learn and to, uh, you know, talk to me about, because you also are showing me and I'm learning from you too as well. And Inspirational TV says, what package is better if you're just starting out with YouTube? Well, just start with the basic level one, but really it think about it in terms of your budget. And I think the legend license might be a little bit more expensive, but TubeBuddy also has, maybe I do need to be on the sidebar here. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. TubeBuddy also has one of the most robust affiliate programs. So that's another way for you to make a little bit extra money for you to pay for the upgrade. But if you can upgrade to Legend, go for it, because that's what I have and I love it. All right. So let me go back here. All right. Oh, another question. I'm in need of a lot of help of YouTube things that I can see or figure out. Okay, well, this is going to help you. Looks like it says Terry's Journey is your name. Thank you so much for that comment, because yeah, YouTube is, um, it really is one of the most sophisticated platforms really in the world. And, you know, because there's so many users there, that it is, or so many people putting up content, there is a lot of competition. So what you need to do is use tools like TubeBuddy. You don't depend on them because you still have to put up good content, okay? But it can help you so that you don't have to try to decipher all these other things that are going on with your channel. Like just now, I learned something from me sharing with you my click magnet data about these top performing videos here. All right. And so this is great, because also if I keep scrolling down, I'm going to see some that aren't performing that well. Okay. You see where it's kind of low. Some of these ones where I was doing shorts, and I don't mind doing shorts, but if they're giving me low performance and very low performance, then I don't want to focus too much of my time on shorts. Okay. So this is something that I wouldn't know just from looking at YouTube. All right. So thank God for TubeBuddy. All right. So let me just go back and we'll look at another tool in a second, but I want to make sure I get all of your comments, because you guys are really, oh, you guys are just saying hello, but hello, hello, hello. Uh, Abby, thank you for watching. I think this is my first time seeing you here, and saying hello to everyone. I just love how you guys are, so pleasant and so warm and welcoming to one another. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. If I've never told you, or if you never heard me say it, because I know I've told you, but if you never heard me say it before, I appreciate you very, very much. And thank you for being here. All right, so next we're going to go into the next segment here, which is the element inspector. And what that's going to do is discover which elements of your video packaging are actually driving clicks. And that's important because, hey, we make these great videos, but we also have to make sure that we have an attractive thumbnail and the right titles so that people click to watch. Because if nobody ever clicks, you can have the best video in the world, right? So here's what this little section talks about here is the click-through rates. So Um, your thumbnails that contained a face perform noticeably better compared to videos without a face. And that's this little section over here, if you're not sure what I'm reading from. All right, so let's see if let's just go to sizes and see what it says about sizes. It's talking about, don't take it personally, but putting yourself front and center isn't always the best. Certain types of channels may do better focusing on the subject of the video, whereas other types rely on the personal. Each column in the graph is an aggregate total. So it shows the long shots, and it even shows me some of the click through rates that have done well. All right. And then here's another group of videos. And here's a 3.74% click through rate, which is much better. Oh, I forgot to mention that the first one was 4.63% click through rate. And these are actually good. This 4.63 is actually good. All right. So I want to tell you a little bit more about that. But before I do that, let me just look at these videos here. Text versus no text. And here is words and titles. So, I would need to dig through all these. And this is something that, I believe it's only available on the Legend plan. So it's something that you guys need to take a look at on your own channel. And it's not so much that I want you to, know all the videos on my channel are doing well. I just want you to see these tools that are available to you from within TubeBuddy. Okay. So, and actually I clicked out by mistake. I meant to say back. All right. So let me just explain to you those click through rates. And I'm going to throw caution to the wind and make myself the primary. All right. What happens is YouTube shows your video in several places. Once you've uploaded a video, or even if you've scheduled a video, or you're doing a live stream, like right now, YouTube is showing my video to folks. They may be on the home page. They may be my subscribers. They got the notification, and so they may be there. They may want to click through there. They may be watching a completely different video of mine, and then over in a suggested area, they'll see this video and say, oh, she's live. Or they could be watching a completely different video of someone else's. There's just so many places that your video can be seen. Your thumbnail of your video can be seen. And this is what they call impressions. All right. So YouTube has this very sophisticated artificial intelligence that when someone's on YouTube, YouTube's AI tries to guess what it is they'll want to watch next. And they could be watching something totally different. They could be watching a music video, but YouTube knows either their friends have watched my video, or they've watched videos about YouTube or TubeBuddy in the past, or they just see that there's a lot of people coming over to watch my video. There's all kinds of signals, and I just listed the few that I know of. Of course, there's other signals that we don't even know because we're dealing with artificial intelligence, right? And what they call machine learning. So it's not stuff that may even be that I may even be able to communicate to you, because we're talking about what computers can calculate. All right. And so that's why when you see your click through rate, it's okay if it's more than 2%, all the way up to 10%. And if you've got an even higher click through rate, but you also have to look at how many views you got. So, for example, let's say you're brand new to YouTube, you have 2 subscribers, and you got 3 people clicking on your video, and your video only had 4 views. Well, that's because nobody saw it. So, of course, it looks like you have a really high click through rate. So, you got to keep all those things into consideration. And when you're evaluating your channel. And so, I recommend here's a recommendation for you. I recommend that you try, if you're getting started with YouTube, all right, you try to put up content consistently and get up as much videos as you can. Try to get at least 50 to 75 videos under your belt on your channel. Not only is that going to help give YouTube the signals of the kinds of people that want to watch your content, it's also going to help you improve your own video making skills, and it will give you data so that you can go into these tools and be able to evaluate, oh, my audience likes this or my audience likes that. All right. So hopefully that tip made sense. And let's see what this comment is. I want to have a one-on-one with the lead attorney and with the Bernard Riley. You should have more people on your channel with the information you're giving out for free. My goal is to make sure I'm more concerned with the quantity rather than the quality. Oh, I said that wrong. The quality rather than the quantity, because I want you to take action. You, and I'm talking to everybody, not just the commenter. I want you to take action. If you've never upgraded to TubeBuddy, I'm here today to tell you, do it now while it's 25% off. Use my link so that I can get credit for it. And I'm showing you some of the tools. We can only scratch the surface of these tools because there's so many amazing tools in TubeBuddy. So I know, because I am an affiliate, that people do listen to me and people do take action, because there's a lot of people that have taken advantage, used my link, and purchased TubeBuddy. But I did not want the sale to go by, because the sale ends on September the 6th. Yeah, the 6th. The day's the 5th. Tomorrow's actual Labor Day here in the United States. It may end sometime on the 7th. They're in a Pacific time zone, so I'm not going to leave any of that to chance. I'm going to tell you to purchase it within the next 24 hours, and hopefully within the next hour. All right. I understand you want to have the quality, but sometimes you have to go through the masses to uh to find the one that, like, quality. You have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. I love that, and I also love omelets. So, because some of the people within the quantity may not even realize what they don't know. Without people like you giving them quality, you need to speak to the masses to wake up the sleepyheads. Yeah, everything you said is absolutely true. Oh, wow. And someone said that they were surprised to see you over here. This is shocking. Oh, for the blonde guy, his wife, their life. These are my buddies. They are, first of all, they're in my family, my LGL family, which is the Let's Get Live VIPs, which is under the mentorship of Doc Rock. So they're part of that community. And so we've bonded there. But also, when I did the Streamyard giveaway about a month ago, they were one of the winners. I can't show you what they won because it's a little bit too far away right now and I don't want to get up. All right, let's get focused back on TubeBuddy. All right, so let's go into another tool here, and we're going to just go to advanced analytics here. And what this does is it talks about clicks and impressions. We've already I just schooled you a little bit about what the clicks and impressions are, right? It talks about the views, the average view duration, which is very important because YouTube wants people to stay watching YouTube. and I'm sorry, WT per, and I'm not sure what that is. But then there's also talks about the click through rate and the power ranking. So it's giving videos a power ranking. And so I can export this data for further analysis. I got to be honest with you, I'm not that super geeky that I've actually done this, but it's great to know that it's there. And I can also change the source of the traffic to see if that, let's just look at browse features, because I know that most of my traffic comes from YouTube search, not as much from browse features. But here there are some videos that do come from browse features. So another great tool that is within TubeBuddy, and you would be very hard pressed to try to figure that out just from looking at the YouTube Studio. And so, even though YouTube Studio's gotten vastly better than it was in the past, still can't beat TubeBuddy. The one thing that I've learned, Miss Eileen, is consistency. Robert, I'm so glad that you have decided to take YouTube and use that for your business. That is very important, and I'm glad that you recognize um, the importance of consistency. Yeah, and don't be surprised. Me and Miss Eileen go way back. Okay, good, 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 good. Oh, all right. So I got it wrong. I thought that the wrong person said that they were surprised. So it's okay. All right, as long as you guys all know what you're talking about. I don't want to put my glasses on, so I can see the names, but they're super duper tiny. Besides, like I'm like you, deep in these YouTube streets. Yeah, I noticed Blind Guy, his wife, their life. I noticed you guys have been putting out a ton of content. Well done, well done, well done. And same way with Robert. I know he's been putting out a ton of content, and just keep it up. And I will say, because I was on vacation, um, okay, let me try this, y'all. Let me try this. I think I did it. Yeah. I got rid of the screen share. Yes, I was on vacation, and my grandson had his first birthday, which I did post here on YouTube and here on Haps. So if anybody wants to see my adorable, and I mean he's adorable. I ain't just saying that because I'm the grandmama. I'm saying it because I know adorable when I see it. So Joseph, I had to spend as much time as I could with him, and so um, as a result, I wasn't focused on YouTube maybe for a couple weeks, because I had to prep for my trip, and then I had to go on a trip, and then I just wanted to spend all my time with him and my daughter, who I absolutely love and miss. And so yeah, and I did not have any content prepared ahead of time. Uh, sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. Like, a lot of times they'll tell you, oh, if you know you're going to go away, record a video ahead of time. And yeah, but sometimes there's just life. There's just life. And as much as I love YouTube and love live streaming and all these other platforms, what I really love is life and my family. Okay. And sometimes they just take priority, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world. And if you guys are interested in my content, interested in what I have to say, then you're not going to forget me from over a 2-3 week period, right? Now, if I disappear for 3 months, some of y'all might be saying, who is she again? And you may have even unsubscribed. All right. Oh, I got the Bless Up Award. Thank you, Robert. I don't know if you hit it twice by mistake, but you put it up there twice. Thank you so much. And wow, that's awesome, guys. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's doing a wonderful job. And so when you can, when life doesn't get in your way, and have your priorities, because you hear about people getting burned out. I don't want anybody here being one of those people. If you know that you're at that point in your life where there's a lot of things that you have to juggle, then maybe this isn't the time for you to do YouTube. And it's okay, because I don't think YouTube's going away. Deal with what you have to deal with and come back strong. But in the meantime, continue to study, continue to watch. And Robert said, congrats on the grandbaby. Yes, he's 1 years old now. Oh my goodness. He's so adorable. And you know, so I don't want anybody getting burned out. Hopefully you guys have other sources of income. You're not relying on YouTube or any of these other social platforms for your livelihood. And in some cases, you guys may not even have your content monetized yet. And if you're not monetized on YouTube, trust me, there's a bunch of different ways that you can make money with your YouTube channel that don't have anything to do with being monetized on YouTube. And I did have that up in front of me on a different piece of paper, and I don't know where that other piece of paper is. So I'll try to rattle them off from top of my head. I've already mentioned one today, and that's from affiliate marketing, right? You um, have a product or service that they offer an affiliate program. You join that affiliate program, but it's also something that you believe in. Like, I believe in TubeBuddy. I've used it for myself. I've used it for my daughter's channel. I've seen the growth. It Not just the growth, it helps you to understand your audience and what your audience wants, because you can get stats in other places, but it's just the way that they're put together for you and presented to you to make you more aware of your content and what's a gem, or what may be a hidden gem in your content, right? So affiliate marketing is one way. Also, you could do some consulting. You've got expertise on something. I don't care who you are. If you are in this audience, you're watching this video, and I don't care if you're watching in the replay, you're an expert at something. And you may be able to offer some of your expertise in consulting, or putting together checklists and cheat sheets and all that kind of stuff that people want to download and they want to pay for. It could be, on Etsy or Shopify, or there's so many different ways. Even my wonderful email marketing service provider, which is Aweber, they even have a way that you can create a landing page. This is for free. You get up to 500 subscribers for free, but you can do e-commerce on an Aweber landing page. So more to come about that. But just so you know, and then you can talk about it in your YouTube video, because you have to have a way to get found. And YouTube finds you, or uh, helps people find you, because it's a search engine. You're not going to get found on Instagram. You've got to build your audience over there. You've got to build an audience for your Facebook page. You're not going to get found by people coming over there searching, but you will on YouTube, because this is where people come when they want to find answers, when they want to be entertained, when they want to be inspired. They come and they look for content. All right. Another way that you could also monetize, and of course, I've got tons of them, was with a podcast. You can use Anchor. My last video that I did on YouTube is how to get subscriptions for your podcast through Anchor and Spotify. And so there's just so many, and I know I'm not thinking of them all right now. You could use books. You can, you know, have other products that you make. Maybe you're someone who's crafty or does artwork or okay, any suggestions on how to level up when using TubeBuddy's tag keyword finder? Okay, I got to be honest with you. This tags are taking less of an importance on YouTube. However, the keyword finder and tags are really just the keywords in a special place under your video. All right. So really it is, and I'm glad you put it that way, Robert. And you realize that the tags and slash keywords is really the same thing. The keywords, and YouTube is not really paying too much attention to those ones that we have on the side and said, oh, these are the tags. The only best benefit out of them, and with a tool like TubeBuddy, is that you're seeing where you're ranking, because once you have that TubeBuddy extension installed and you have a paid plan, because you see a limited amount of information on a free, but on a paid plan, you're going to see, okay, my video ranks at, let's see if I can show you rather than try to, and I will use this latest video here. This one about, um, so hang on just one second while I get this video up on the screen and get everything muted. Okay, I did it. I got it muted. Hang on, I'm going to screen share in a second. But I really want to go into the back end and show you um, what TubeBuddy is telling me about it. All right, hang on. Boop, boop, boop. And that's going to be under my in my dashboard. Okay, I have to go to website tools on Launchpad. Sorry, I had a brain freeze for a second there. I'm bringing it up now. All right, so here we go. And I want to make that not instant full screen, but move to primary spot. All right, so now let's go into this video here. And it lets me know that I had opportunities here for adding cards before the drop off. And it lets me know that there's a 22% drop off, and it tells me exactly when that drop off occurs, that I should put a card there. And it's talked about the watch percentage. And actually, what I wanted to show you on this video had to do about the tags, but I just realized that I actually already fixed the tags on this video. So let's go back into YouTube Analytics. And let's see, where would I find that? I believe it's going to be under reach. Anchor monetization. Okay, this is what I wanted to look for, a keyword. All right, so I see that one of the keywords that people are searching for on YouTube and finding that video is anchor monetization. All right, so remember that, anchor monetization. Then we're going to go back over here and we're going to open the Keyword Explorer. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to search for anchor monetization. And this is where it's going to tell me, okay, there it's fair. You know why? Because there's a lot of competition. And how I see the competition is to go to results here. Let me. All right. And so I have competition, and this lets me know who the competition is, because Buzzsprout owns 3 of the 20 search results for that term. All right, so this is how you would, let's go back here. And so I would look for related terms. Now, I know that, for example, I don't want to go into all these other countries for like anchor monetization in India because outside the US, because they don't have it. So I'm not going to do a video about that. I could do a video and say, well, it's not in your country yet, but that's not my thing. So I'm just going to look for something else. And I'm just going to say anchor listeners and search for, see what happens when I search for this. So now this tells me this is good. So, how to get more listeners on Anchor? That's a something that I may want to talk about here, right? So now I'm going to go into the results and look at what the competition is. All right. And so I even actually own one of the 20 top search results. Where am I? Yay, this video here. Okay, the same video that I was just talking about. Also, let's go back into the analytics and the back end. And we're going to see the numbers here. Let's go to the overview. And we're going to look at the tags. All right, so showing me where I'm ranking for these tags. So Anchor subscribers, I'm ranking number 1 for that. Listeners pay to subscribe. I'm ranking number 1. Okay, so let's click that on. Anchor subscribers. So, yes, see, it's excellent. So, I'm hoping this is helping you, Robert. So you're going to put in, let's say your thing is um, low rate mortgages or something, because I know that's what you talk about on your channel. Excuse me, guys. Huh. All right. So then you also can go here, see who your competition is, see why your video might be doing better for this particular search term, even though some of these other videos have more views. Sorry. I don't know how long that video's been out. I would have to click on it and see, like it's got 27,000 views. In my view, this is a poor thumbnail. I wouldn't never click on that. Okay. But other people may. All right. So this is how you can, hopefully this answers your question about using these keywords and tags to your advantage. And let me try to remember where to get back to the screen here. Okay. And let's see. Thanks for these resources. I came for TubeBuddy, but you always deliver. You're welcome, dear. And is TubeBuddy an app? It's actually, you do have a iPhone and a Chrome app for TubeBuddy once you sign up, but it's really a browser extension and a set of tools because you can go to the TubeBuddy website. And here's the mic drop award coming in from Robert. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. What's the best social media app to use if you are an artist? If I was an artist, I would be able to answer that, but since I'm not an artist, I will just give you a generic answer to that question. And if you already have a following on a specific app and you like using that app, continue to use that app. If you just started using social media, you never used social media before, you don't have a following anywhere of significance, then search for someone that's got art that's like yours or someone that you look up to in the art world and find out what social media platforms they're using and see if that works for you. Okay, but we're actually talking about YouTube today, but I just figured it makes sense for me to try to answer you. I am so glad I found this video. Trying to grow my YouTube channel. We'll come back and watch this after I do my weekly Sunday broadcast. Thank you. You're welcome, but I want to make sure before you go that you know that TubeBuddy is on sale for 25% off, and I just dropped my link there. And this is the last question from Robert. what do what do you think about tracking a competitor in TubeBuddy to be notified when they upload a video to get ideas for posting? It's an absolutely awesome strategy that you can do inside of TubeBuddy. So for that, I literally will have to go into my TubeBuddy account. And let me see what you guys are seeing. Just make sure you're seeing the right thing. Okay, here's competitors. Manage. There you are. And so these are people that I consider to be my competitors because they put out similar content to mine. And so I can track what's going on with them inside of here. Now, what we also can do is look at a scorecard. A scorecard. Now, to answer your question to some extent, Robert, identifying the competition is something that you can do inside of TubeBuddy based on those keyword search tools that I just showed you. And then you bring that channel over into here. But in terms of you knowing when they upload a video, you just have to subscribe to their channel. You're just going to have to subscribe to their channel to get notified when they post a new video. I don't think TubeBuddy's going to help you with that. And not unless there's something in there that I don't know about. It's possible. But I think it makes more sense to subscribe to their channel, click on that bell, and turn on the email notifications, in case you don't have notifications turned on your phone. And then that way, whenever they put up a video. But honestly, I guess you could do that for 2 or 3 different channels. I wouldn't. Oh, I see that the video has gotten a little wonky. So what I'm going to do is refresh the server. So bear with me for about 5 seconds. Sharing right inside of Haps, but sometimes when you do a lot of screen sharing, it gets a little wonky. So they have this fail safe in there for us to refresh the server. So that's what I've done. All right. You may not click on certain headlines when you see it, but you have to think of how the masses think. Do most people think like you? How you make money is the quarrel to the masses and their mindset. Well, yeah, I mean, if you can get into all of that and sort all through all of those thoughts, then my hat's off to you. Oh, I see now. It's Snuggles 668. And I know you had commented on several occasions before, but I wasn't able to read your name because remember, you are trying to teach us how to get the numbers up, which means you have to give the people what they will click on. Individuals are smart, but as a group, we seem to be unintelligent. Well, some people will teach to use clickbait titles and thumbnails. And when I say clickbait, I'm not talking about what they call black hat SEO, where you're actually, putting up some photos that are totally unrelated to your content. That's not what I mean. They put up a clickbait title, which is a title that it does talk or speak to what it is you're talking about in your video, but it dramatizes it. So, for example, for this video, instead of me saying how to grow on YouTube with TubeBuddy, I could say, your channel is about to die. And I bet if you type that in, I'm not going to type it in here, but I bet if you type that in, you will see that somebody's made videos that has something like, the death of your channel or your channel's about to die. Something that, in my opinion, is clickbait. and it doesn't bother them that they do that, and they're happy with the amount of views that they get, and they may even get some thumbs down, but still YouTube may still push that video out there. That's just not how I roll, so I don't teach that. But if you're aware of it and if you want to use that strategy, you go right ahead, and I hope it works out for you. But that's just not how I do things online. Because YouTube, as much as I love YouTube and live streaming, it's not the only thing that I do online. I also am a big community member, and I'm also someone who is seen as a mentor. And, so I don't use clickbait. It's just something I just don't do. I know it's there. I see people do it all the time. But the girl, I don't do that because I got a day job. So if my YouTube channel doesn't bring in enough money to pay the car note, I'll be all right. Robert says she don't need them coins. I also have to be able to think about my legacy and the type of content that I produce. And maybe and I'm not saying that this is wrong for anybody to do it. I'm saying it's not my way. So as you spend time with me and you ask questions like that, which I think, or make statements like that, which I think is amazing statement to make, then you'll learn that that's just not how I am. But that technique and that strategy is out there and people do it. And there are some of the top YouTubers that do it. You can look at PewDiePie is has the most subscribers on YouTube. No, well, he always did. Now there was one other competitor that he had called T Series, but that was a whole group of people. So I'm just going to say PewDiePie because he's just a one individual. And if you scroll through his titles, you might see some shockers in there that may look like kind of clickbaity. I don't know because I don't watch PewDiePie, but I'm just saying it may be. You go find for yourself. Hey, Francesco. Great to see you here. And you spelled my name right. I think you're practicing because all you did was type Eileen. Oh, you put Chow and then you put Eileen, two separate comments, but it's really the same thing. Ciao, Eileen. Ciao. And does Chow mean hello and goodbye or just hello? Let me know because it's like, if you're from Hawaii, aloha is means a little bit of everything. Hello, how you doing? Goodbye, whatever. All right, so this has been very informative. Of course, the biggest takeaway that I want you to all go away with, I want you to think about getting TubeBuddy because I can't remember the last time they did a sale like this where it's 25% off. They may have done it before, I just don't remember. And Francesco says he's from Venice. It's wonderful to have an international audience. And I so appreciate you for coming over and watching. I'd love to know what time of day it is there. In the U.S., there is going to be a holiday tomorrow that's called Labor Day, and which is really a good holiday because no matter what, we all work. Even some of us that are on the lazy side, we still work, and so I still think that we all deserve to have that day off, right? Um, where you don't have to, worry about what else is going on. You're just chilling. And hopefully you all have some good food to eat, even if you're not in the US and you're just someone who's out here putting content out and oh, okay, actually opened up my YouTube and I see you put 18:53 p.m. Well, thank you so much for letting me know that. And I don't use military time, but I can kind of figure 12, 8, 6. So that's like 6 o'clock. Okay. It is 12:54 p.m. here. And so, one of the things that I also want to remind you guys is to check out Haps if you've never tried it before. I think it's a great place for someone who is really thinking about YouTube and not really sure what kind of content to put out there, or you want to make sure that you have like build an audience. Haps is a great place to do that because there's so many folks that come here that really just are talking about live streaming, and also they just want to connect with others. There's not a big agenda of buy my stuff, or I want to change your mind about the world, or it could be you're just over here jamming, listening to some great music, watching these incredible artists over here, or you could be attending a yoga session. And so Haps is a great place. I definitely want to recommend that you guys come and check out Haps TV. And it's a place where you can kick back and chill. And hopefully you won't have all of the um, issues that I have when I'm trying to make sure I put the right thing up on screen. But I admit it's user error. It's normally I always know what buttons to push, but I'm kind of fumble around sometimes when I'm over here on Haps because it's a little bit different than some of the other things that I'm used to. But it really is. It's easy to use. I love it. And they also have mobile apps for iOS and Android. So I do want y'all to check those out. And so when I start my videos, you always hear me say, "Hello, beautiful people." Now, why do I say that? You ever wonder why I say that? Because I know that you, no matter if you're a man or a woman or you're non binary, you have a beautiful message inside of you. It's something that can change lives. It's something that can bring a smile to someone's face. It's something that can educate someone and they say, aha, now I know. Okay, so you've got that message because you wouldn't have been drawn here to watch me if you weren't that type of person. So with that beautiful message, sometimes I know you may be a little intimidated. You're not 100% sure of how do I start up this app, or where do I do? And so my job, my goal has always been to show you what buttons to push to empower you so that when the time comes for you to go live or for you to stand up and state your case, for you to be do that best man speech at a wedding ceremony, or for you to speak at someone's um, funeral and talk about them without your palm sweating, and or without you stammering and not being. I want you to be able to feel empowered because you're someone who always gets on camera. You're someone who always gets on the mic because you don't have to worry about what buttons to push because you already know because Miss Eileen told you. And so that's my goal. My goal is to help empower you so that you can get your beautiful message out to the world, change lives, and make someone's day. So I start my broadcast by saying, hello, beautiful people. And I always end my broadcast just like I'm doing now by saying, stay beautiful.